Hello and welcome back to the Ask People series. It's episode 2, and this week we're going to be asking everyone if they are fulfilled in what they do for work. And without further ado, let's get to it.
Hi, my name's Adam.
Hi, I'm Anita.
Hi, I'm Campbell.
Hi there, my name is Cameron Gibson.
Hi, I'm Hannes.
Hi, I'm Jamie Stewart.
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
Hi, my name is Maureen.
Hi, I'm Paul Reagan.
Hi, my name is Sophia.
Hey everyone, my name is T-Kid.
I would say obviously pretty new to what I'm doing right now in the photography and videography side of things, but it's an incredibly steep learning curve. So the fulfillment comes in kind of two parts, I'd say, in a case of being able to actually produce what I'm tasked to produce, and the second part is learning new things, which obviously they kind of roll together every time you have a project. So the fulfillment comes, I would say, from learning new skills and then with that being able to actually produce something that I think looks great, and obviously the client's happy with as well.
I would say, yeah, I am fulfilled. I'd say this, I'd still want a bit more. I have that drive, everything I do, I feel like I could do it better. I just have that kind of drive and aspiration to kind of always do better, even if I have done a good job. I'm always not satisfied. I can be satisfied, but I want to do more. So, yeah.
Yes, I am fulfilled in what I do for work. If I get acting work, then I absolutely love it. During the Christmas period, I was Santa for a bit because all the other types of work were closed down, but I managed to get to be Santa for a little while in one of the very few grottos that was operating, and we were very careful to be COVID compliant. And that was very fulfilling as well. I didn't think it would. I thought it was going to be horrendous, dealing with the screaming kids and whatever. And of course, there was lots of crying and whatever, but it was actually really fulfilling being that character for these really wee kids, everything from birth up to, I would say about 11 or 12. It was really cute. But I often throw myself into work, whatever it is, and try to for it to be fulfilling. And I think for your own mental health as an actor, you kind of have to do that as well, because you're going to get a lot of downtime. So your side hustles are going to be your life. And if you're not enjoying life generally, always hanging on, waiting to be cast in something, then most of your life is going to be pretty miserable, unless you become part of that 2%, which is a successful, always acting, But yeah, if I do get acting work, then it's very, very fulfilling. And I don't know why it is. It's just the way I'm made. I just love it. There's something about, I think, being a storyteller and an actor, which fulfills my human beingness.
Yeah, so I'm currently a student. I study media and communication. And I'm in my last year, so I'm in my final year. So it's almost coming to an end. And I do feel fulfilled currently with what I study, because as a child, I always wanted to do something to do with the media, even though I don't know exactly what. And even now, I'm not really sure exactly what. I don't have a definitive job title in my head I want to do, but it's still fulfilling to me because it's always something that I wanted to do. And actually, in the beginning, I felt kind of anxious towards fulfilling a degree even in media and communications, because it made me, it made me anxious because I wanted it. So it made me anxious in case I wouldn't be able to get it. But now coming to the end of my studies, I'm proud of myself. I've come this far and I'm doing okay, despite everything going on. I'm fulfilled because I can see myself grow, and I can tell my younger self that, or I ensured my younger self that it was okay and I'm being successful in what I'm doing currently. So yeah, that's why it's fulfilling.
I don't know. I mean, well, maybe I do know because, well, technically I got offered this job, which is not what I studied for. Like, I didn't study finance in uni or anything. But when I got offered the job, it offered me also a visa to stay. So I was like, yeah. So I took it. And then it's not really what I expected it to be. It's kind of started to like wear you down. You're working and you're just like, I don't know, it's not what I want to be doing, but I'm just staying in it for the visa. Sounds bad, but you know, some things that people need to do, unfortunately. It's a good job and everything, but yeah, I don't feel satisfied. No, I can't say that I do.
Yes and no. So I work as a data scientist, and basically it means that my job is to count things and then relate to the client why whatever it is that I counted is relevant. And I work in geopolitics. And that's very interesting because it's a field that is rife with ideologies and opinions, but very little sort of empirical evidence. And my job is really to provide that empirical evidence. And that often means that I'll be sitting on the one hand with kind of politicians that really know jack shit about numbers. And on the other hand, with people that have PhDs in machine learning that would rather not talk to people, they prefer talking to computers. And I form sort of the bridge between those two sides. I form the communicative bridge, so I can talk to the nerds and to the politicians, which is a lot of fun. I've been there for almost 4 years now. And it's satisfying in the sense that what I do is a lot of fun and then I manage interesting people, but it's also starting to become sort of incremental efficiency gains. Because if you do something for 4 years, then the novelty of it sort of wears off. And then you should be looking for ways to keep, self-cultivating and making it worth your while to do.
So what I do for work, I study architecture and I'm starting an architecture placement. And for the few years that I've done it, I have been really fulfilled by it purely because it keeps me really sort of mentally engaged and always learning things.
Am I fulfilled in what I do for work? In some aspects, yes, others, no. And I think that's probably the case with most jobs for most people. What I find fulfilling about the work I do is pretty much the creative aspects of it. When it comes to get into design, when it comes to, particularly for me, do visuals. Over the last few months, it's pretty much just been me and my architectural office who's been in charge of creating 3D visuals and any CGI graphics for projects that we're working on or projects that we're trying to win. And that ties in really nicely with my own personal interests of photography and 3D work. So I find that really fulfilling. I feel like if I spend an hour working on that, that's an hour well spent. What I don't find fulfilling about my work is the project management side of things. Like I'm fine working in my own little bubble, and I'm even fine dealing with personal clients when it comes to my own side hustle. What I do not like is dealing with the full design team at my job, where I'm having to chase up a contractor or an engineer, or having to deal with a difficult client who, if I'm acting as project lead, all of the other design team, like engineers, contractors, etc., they answer to me and my team, and then we deal with the client. If one of those other members of the design team aren't doing their job properly or being slow about it, and the client's unhappy, we are getting that and having to deal with that. And I just don't like it at all, because it's a situation where, if I've done something wrong, that's fine. I can fess up to that and I can do something about it. But when I'm having to try and mitigate someone else's mistakes or someone else's shortcomings. I just find it impossible, and it's terrible. And then there's the kind of admin side of things. And again, this comes from, I think this comes from it being someone else's business, but I just cannot stand the kind of paperwork that comes along with architecture, like doing things like planning applications and building warrants, writing up design and access statements, all that stuff. I just die a little bit inside every time I have to go through one of those. And I like to say this, like, supposedly, I have no idea if this is true, but supposedly the human heart has like a certain number of beats, and once it's beat that many times, like, it's done, and that's when you die. For me, and architecture, I feel like there's only a certain number of planning applications I can put in, and then I'm just quitting and I'm walking out the door. So yeah, that's I don't know. It's a bit of an awkward situation where there are parts of my job that I find fulfilling, but after having studied for 7 years and gone and gotten a full-time job, I'm finding that the bits that are less fulfilling outweigh the bits that are fulfilling by quite a bit. And so now I need to work out, what do I do about that?
Yes, I am currently quite fulfilled in what I do for work because it's something I chose to do myself, and I went out there and I got trained, and everything that I'm doing is stuff that I'm choosing to do, nothing that, like, you know, I've had to ask myself a few difficult questions about, you know, is this what I want, or is this what my family wants? Is this what the system has put in place for me to follow as a template? And after breaking all that down, I know that my heart is exactly like where all the things, like where I'm putting it into, basically where I'm putting my energy into, and that is going to pay off in a bigger way later. So it might not be exactly what I want to be doing in the long run, studying and being, you know, self-employed, but it's definitely going to amount to something. So fulfilled, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely fulfilled in what I do. You know, I love my job. When I've got some cool stuff going on, at the moment, for example, I can't wait to get up every single morning. I get excited about every single day that I get to work. And I think that with that comes a real sense of fulfillment. So yeah, definitely.
So I'm a graduate student, and I think in some ways I'm very fulfilled, in other ways not. So when I do research, I am really proud of the research that I do. I think I'm really proud of the theories that I've combined and the conclusions that I've made in some papers. But I feel that the work that I do is sort of kept as a reservoir for future applications, for work, for, let's say, PhD things. And I feel like I'm disheartened that I can't do more with that research right now, because when you're a graduate student, in between sort of the space between a PhD project and an undergraduate project, you have to sort of deal with a bunch of different projects and research topics. And even if you write a great essay, sometimes, for example, I wrote an essay about women in Great British gangs in the 20th century. It's like, what do you do with that? You know, you kind of keep it on the side, but you can't delve into it more. And so I feel like putting that limit on creativity, even if it's just because of time, it kind of makes me less fulfilled inside. Yeah.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and I will post the social media links below if you want to follow us, but most importantly, I hope this gives you an understanding of perhaps how you'd like to answer these questions yourself, and encourage conversation with your close friends and family as well. I hope to see you next time.